Isabella Stewart Gardner was born in New York in 1840 into a well-to-do family. She married a Bostonian, Jack Gardner, in 1860, and the couple moved to Boston, where they had their only child, a son, who sadly died at the age of 2. In their grief, they began to travel extensively to Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, discovering foreign cultures and expanding their knowledge of art around the world. With the help of art connoisseur Bernard Berenson, the Gardners built a world-class art collection. Isabella's father's sudden death left her a sizable inheritance, which she used to build the museum, a Renaissance-style palazzo in Boston's Fenway area. Construction of the museum began in 1899 and was completed in 1901. Isabella Gardner sought to create a museum at which architecture and landscape were as important as the collection on display. Isabella lived on the private fourth-floor living quarter and devoted herself to arranging works of art. Paintings, sculptures, tapestries, furniture, manuscripts, race books, and decorative arts in the galleries on the floors below. The museum opened to the public on January 1, 1903, showcasing one of the finest private collections in America. Isabella Stewart Gardner died in 1924, leaving the museum for the education and enjoyment of the public forever. She provided an endowment to operate the museum, leaving strict instructions that nothing in the gallery should be changed and no items should be acquired or sold from the collection. Designed by architect Willard T. Sears under direct guidance from Isabella, the museum reflects Venetian Gothic Revival architecture, but it does not directly reference any specific Venetian palazzo. In her travels to Europe, Gardner admired the many palaces along the Grand Canal and used inspiration from their facades for the interior courtyard at the museum. Palazzo Barbaro, a Venetian palace owned by Bostonians Daniel and Ariana Curtis, became a major source of inspiration for Isabella in the creation of her museum in Boston. In 1897 and 1899, Isabella traveled to Italy and purchased windows, balustrades, arches, doorways, statuary, balconies, columns, and more from antique dealers in anticipation of the creation of her museum. The 8 balconies on the east and west sides of the courtyard were originally on Cadoro, one of the most important palaces along the Grand Canal. This piecemeal approach to installing architectural elements is evident in the unique assemblage of windows, columns, arches, and capitals. The interior courtyard is the most notable feature of the museum and reflects Venetian architecture. Spanning 4 stories, the courtyard walls are adorned with single arched windows on the sides and large multi-arched openings in the center of each floor. The most telling characteristics of Venetian Gothic Revival architecture that are seen in the courtyard include tracery, ornamental work with branching lines, and pointed arches, ogee or pointed trefoil arches with relief ornamentation. In 1999, the museum made the decision to build an addition to the historic palace in order to relieve pressure on the historic spaces. The 71,000 square foot modern addition, designed by Renzo Piano, opened in 2012 and connects to the original structure by way of a glass corridor. The space includes a visitor and orientation area, a special exhibit gallery, a music hall, classrooms, a cafe, office spaces, and conservation labs. In accordance with Gardner's will, the Gardner Museum was given to Boston as a public institution with the provision that the collection be maintained precisely as she had arranged it. Nothing was to be added, removed, or rearranged. Historic preservation aims to maintain a property without significantly altering its current condition. It aims to make changes in ways that maintain historical integrity and protect the original features as much as possible. Over a century ago, Isabella Stewart Gardner gave her palace and art collection to the city of Boston with the request that it be preserved and protected. Special care is required in preserving the collection and the historic building, and careful research, evaluation, and conservation remain a vital part of the museum's activities. Conservators at the museum battle daily with light, dust, and time, working to preserve the ancient, fragile, and light-sensitive objects in the collection. Isabella Stewart Gardner was a nationally and internationally prominent collector, philanthropist, and patron of the arts who personally guided the development, design, and construction of her museum. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum remains a testament to the distinct vision and aesthetic of its founder, welcoming 200,000 visitors per year, and stands to continue Isabella Stewart Gardner's significant cultural legacy.